This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our loyal fans for your continued support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.
Doesn't have any air in it, or matter of fact, like it's not even on there. Got a car on the apron there.
Sterling Marlin.
Any need to bring it in the pit or just take it to the garage, Sterling? Take it to the garage. I mean, it ain't gonna run.
And I'd watched Sterling. He had moved up into the top 15. That car was performing great for him.
Tough break for the former Daytona 500 winner.
Jake Berggren.
Michael Waltrip, car number 99, currently riding in 17th position. Has an interesting strategy for the entire duration of today's race.
Back straightaway, one car around, sliding. It is the defending series champion, Martin Truex.
I haven't saw the caution yet. Need to get going if you can.
No caution yet.
Caution.
There it is. Yellow's out.
Caution is out. Caution is out. Come on around here, guys.
He nails her pretty good. He's coming up on the outside here. I believe he gets forced up and into the wall. That's good, pretty hard leg.
He and David Green were side by side when that race and emerged unscathed. Looks like Truex will be okay. Let's see what happened. That's Junior in back of him, but it's hard to say how that got started.
You know, Darrell, that's coming off turn 2 over there. That's a lot of times a place where the driver really has to get out of the throttle. You already heard Truex's car say it was sliding around, so you just wonder if he's out of the throttle, and Junior didn't realize it.
But you know what? I mean, all that said, and look where Tony came across the line.
BW, I was watching that in-car shot. Looks like maybe
Received that penalty. He's still on the lead lap, but he is a lonely man because right now he's almost 30 seconds behind the leader, and he's losing about a half a second lap because he has no one to help him with the draft.
And the thing that's really bothered me about Carl Edwards, oh, there he goes. Right, I said just what I was getting ready to say.
Hang on.
I believe
Tony.
That was Tony, and I was just getting ready to say Carl Edwards and Sorensen were getting impatient.
The asphalt goes abruptly there from flat to 31 degrees. There's the tap by Edwards. Here comes Tony. Dirt digging.
That was a whale of a save.
Caution is out with 19 laps to go here at Daytona. Kenny Wallace has cut down a right front tire. Flapping away, it has shredded the right front fender. There's debris on the track that puts us under caution.
And remember, he's one of the cars that elected to fuel only on that last pit stop, but this will be a big break for the other guys that were fading, like Greg Biffle, David Green, J.J. Yaley, and who this is a huge break for is Kyle Busch, that probably in 10 or 15 laps was going to go a lap down out there by himself.
10. Here's what happens to Kenny Wallace.
More likely the car's pushing. He's running so high, the car's probably pretty tight for him. And that's one of the advantages of running high. You see, he didn't hit the wall all that hard.
16th to 10th. Still coming.
Oh,
turn 2
over there.
3 cars in it. Kyle Busch got a small piece of Stanton Barrett after he crashed with Brian Hemphill.
Caution is out.
36 got him, boys.
Let's remind you that the field is frozen at the
I can't see where he's going. His hood's up over his windshield. As you can see, a lot of movement back in here. Everybody's trying to jockey for positions.
Left of your screen, the number 4.
Looks like the Hemphill looks like he had a problem of some kind, and drew the 36 car into him, actually.
Yeah, it looked like he had already started to get loose and probably had to roll out of the throttle.
Nowhere to go. He's sitting there leading the race.
It's not over. Harvick is lining up behind Tony Stewart for a run at Dale Jr. 3 laps to go.
Not surprising. That's his race car in front of him right now.
Nemechek way up high, but all by himself.
You know, you can get almost to the front, but you just can't quite make it.
300 miles today, 500 miles here tomorrow.
But right here, halfway down the backstretch, that's where he got such a run a while ago. He's side by side for the lead, coming to 2 to go.
Cow. Boy, that 33 car has got some smoke down that back straightaway. No, that's smoke driving it.
Got a little side draft off Dale Jr. He and Harvick have gone to the front. Big change as they come off turn 4 with 2 to go.
DEI, Dale Jr. and Truex just got smoked off by Tony Stewart and Kevin Harvick.
And now Dale Earnhardt Jr. has his hands full of Robbie Gordon in the 55 car for 3rd place.
I believe those old tires are finally catching up with him, Larry.
Michael Waltrip in the middle of the swarm at turn 1.
Outside bumper, clear high, 3 wide, clear high.
He moves up in front of Biffle.
Just remember, Tony Stewart has never, ever won a Busch race before. He's won in every other series.
Well, you can believe one thing. He didn't have to worry about that 21 car.
No, Harvick will get owner points and money.
One back, coming to the white.
Car single file. Casey Kane leading the outside line.
Here we go, boys. Money lap coming up.
1 to go.
Oh, here you go. Round they go.
Big red flag. Now, around goes John Wood, the 20 of Denny Hamlin, and the 0 of Curtis Davis. The question will be, did the yellow come out before Tony Stewart took the white flag? If it did, they will go to
Let's come around and see what happens here. Hold on.
They'll go to the scoring loops across the racetrack, and we'll have a green-white checker
I'm telling you, I took the white flag. You never do the yellow until afterwards.
Well,
Copy that. That's what I saw. Let's see what happens here.
You heard Tony's view of it.
The key is not the flagman, it's the caution lights. That's what they go off of.
When do the lights come on? If Stewart had passed under the white flag, it's the race.
Everybody be cool now. Let's just wait and see what happens here.
That's good advice. We'll wait for NASCAR to sort this out as to whether or not it's over or we have a green-white checker finish.
Well, let's take a look at it and see what happened here. This is back in the pack. Cars get a little loose, start bouncing off each other.
John Wood in the 47.
Curtis Davis.
That's pretty much at pit road entrance. That tells me that Tony had to be at the line. I don't know if he was passed or not.
Checkered flag has waved for Tony Stewart. He and Kevin Harvick drafted together to the front to win. The Hersheys take 5-300.
Now he has his Busch Series
at Daytona, and he's on the road.
And he spent part of this race zooming through the infield.
I think if I were them, I'd take that car home and see what damage was done to it and not fix it.
God, I'm stoked.
If there is any question whether Tony Stewart is one of the greatest asphalt and dirt drivers in America today, this had to answer.
And you don't get a chance to prove it at the same track in one day either.
And I'm gonna bet he'll tell our guys in Victory Lane this win is one of the more special wins that he's had.
Here they come to the line. Stewart and Harvick.
Back, boys.
Just based on where he was and where those cars back in the field were, I got to believe he was well into the white flag lap.
And the way NASCAR applies the rule, if the leader has not yet taken the white flag, they would have a green-white checker restart. But once the leader takes the white flag, that's the race. If there's a yellow flag, NASCAR will use video and photographic evidence to sort out the running order at the order of finish. Otherwise, they'll go back and use the 18 scoring loops around the racetrack to determine the restart order.
And Larry, I was just looking at the front of that car, and as hard as it went up onto the racetrack, I've never seen a car do that and not have some damage. There's not a bit of damage on the nose of that car.
It's very, very fortunate. You saw our graphic earlier that talked about the veterans prevailing here. Here's another veteran that has prevailed this week.
Flagman is waving the white flag as we'll see Tony Stewart come across. No question that he got the white there. The yellow is in the air, but NASCAR goes off the caution lights as the official determination of the moment of caution.
Closer.
Their ruling is Stewart took the flag before the caution lights came on. The lights are triggered by the control tower. And that is the evidence used to determine whether or not the race is official.
It's closer than I thought it was going to be, though.
Yes, it was.
This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our loyal fans for your continued support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.